Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Friday, April 10th, 2026. Well, yesterday, President Trump started a kerfuffle when he posted a very long, over 450 word post um, talking about how certain people who are in the alt media community had low IQ. Those he called out included Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones. And it caused quite a stir when he did. Now, I want to just speak from the heart here. I know there's a very sincere effort going on in the media to frame the alt media people as being constantly in conflict and fighting amongst themselves, etc. And I don't want to join that crowd. I would like to remind everybody that the 17 team always told us that misdirection was necessary, and it's my firm belief that one of those that were mentioned in that tweet is actually a patriot who has agreed to act as if he has left the ranks, or she. We'll see who it is eventually. And so don't be so quick to I think that something's going on where they've all left the Trump train. Now, that said, President Trump does not like to be second guessed. He does not like to be treated rudely and disrespectfully, and he has had enough. He has mentioned in this second term in office that he is now the hunter, not the hunted. And we've seen time and again that he is on the hunt. We've also seen through the fact that he started the Board of Peace, that he has been very active in the North American continent in having it change and focus dynamics, economics, lots of change is going on. I view President Trump like a symphony conductor who is looking at the entire orchestra and he points over here for this item and over here for this and this for a little more of that. And I also am humbled to remember early in his first term of office, there were a couple times when I was still, learning about the 17 team, etc. I saw some of the things he said or did, and I cringed and thought, oh, he is lacking in diplomacy or tact. Well, definitely tact. But now I know a lot of times it's because he is focusing our attention on something. He is communicating something in addition to what is being said or done. And I've learned to just wait and see. So I'm not, I give myself full authority sometimes to wonder about actions and motivations. But those questionings don't mean that I'm leaving the Trump train or that I think that there is the Make America Great movement is having problems. So I think if there are any, they've been greatly, greatly, greatly magnified by the media. And again, like I said, I think at least one of those people that were called out in that tweet is actually performing as expected and has as requested. So in other words, we don't know the whole story. President Trump does. And a lot of times what he does, for example, this is free publicity for those four. People are going to be listening to them carefully, listening to their messaging, decide if they agree with it, decide what's going on. So talk about great free publicity. And in the meantime, while we're focusing on that tweet, there's other things going on in our world that we might be not be keeping careful track of. But let's get to the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter is the person that's acting as president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Can we still trust him? Okay. I'm going to work with the cards and just put that to the question and we'll see what we get. Okay. So, yeah, we're wondering, is this a tweet of his? Was it a tactical type of thing or was he having a tantrum? I think as a symphony conductor, it's a nuance that he's not going to indulge in a tantrum. At times, though, I think he will indulge in speaking bluntly, but not in a tantrum. That's me. That's Laura's view. And because I have a view on that, I'm just going to ask about the trustworthiness of this individual who is in his second term, public term of office, Donald J. Trump. Can we still trust him? Okay, let's find out what the universe wants us to know. I'm going to switch the camera, work with the cards, and we will find out what the tarot cards want us to know together. Okay, we are asking about the continued trustworthiness of the Actions being taken by President Donald J. Trump, the person acting in that capacity as President of the United States in his second public term of office. So the media would have us believe that the MAGA movement is fractured and splintering. And at its core, though, I think those people that really want to make America great again are still committed to that. And we'd like to know, can we still continue to trust the man acting as President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, plus additional insights and information that might be shared at this time for clarity and understanding? Our first card is the Three of Cups, Two of Swords. Then we have the Hermit. We got a hard yes with the Ace of Swords, in case you were wondering. Moving to the near future, we have the Six of Cups, Lovers, and Queen of Swords. Let's take a look at these cards, and because this is an important topic, I will pull two more before we're done. So let's look. The situation is indicated by the Three of Cups, which is a cup of modest celebration. So yeah, yeah. And we've got the Two of Swords saying, things might not all be clear right now. There is definitely, we're in a holding pattern on a couple of political and geopolitical global events. But basically, we can be assured that our trust in President Trump is well placed, that he's still got it, guys. He's still following a very elaborate plan that he knows the details of and we don't. And he can be trusted. He is guided by benevolent, divine and benevolent energy. Absolutely. There are those who are in the prophetic community that call him God's David, etc. He has not been forsaken. He is still very much being watched over, and he is endeavoring as the unusual instruments that divine often uses to do what he was sent to do and to do it well. Let's look at the near future here. These are beautiful cards. Okay, nothing concerning here, especially with the hard ace going on. But let's look here with the Six of Cups. That talks about reconciliation. It talks about caring for innocent life. And there may be layers more going on here, but none of them are concerning. They're all just saying that I think in the near future, we're going to understand a little more of the motives and a rationale going on behind not just the words that President Trump sometimes uses, but the actions he has taken and the political stances he has taken. Okay. He is endeavoring to the best of his ability to balance the things he'd like to see for the world and what America needs, and he's doing an excellent job of it. The Queen of Swords just talks about using some leadership and be patient. This is advice for us. Be a little patient. We don't see the big picture yet. We don't know the big picture, but he's got his eye on the prize, so we don't have to unthinkingly and just blindly follow him. But his actions have repeatedly shown us that he has not become a career politician. He is a statistician. He is the art of the deal, and he is endeavoring to take our country and our world to a much better place. The two additional cards I said I would get, we have the Three of Swords and we have the Nine of Swords. Just a final note from the universe. Tarot's telling us that the lies about President Trump, both his motives and his abilities, will continue, but we don't need to be giving them much heed. Okay, there's just not much merit to them. So we're getting told, calm the fuck down. Don't worry about him. Lady D, you're rubbing off on me. I dropped an F-bomb. Let's recap. Yesterday, President Trump put out a scathing tweet calling out four people from the alt media community who have openly disagreed with him, questioned his motives, questioned his abilities, etc. recently. Those people include Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, and Alex Jones were the four that were mentioned. That caused a stir, an uproar. There was speculation, is this just a tantrum from him? Or those of us that have seen sometimes when his actions are a little puzzling or extreme, seen it morph into, oh, that's what he was doing. At the very least, it was free publicity for those four people who will have increased viewership and people listening to see if there's merit to what they say as opposed to what President Trump has said. Free publicity. Okay. But I thought at the core of this, what we're hearing in the media is that there is division that is extensive in the community of people that follow Trump, that believe that he has is doing good things for America. And I said, let's just ask the cards. Are we justified in continuing to have trust in this man, the person who is acting as our commander in chief, Donald J. Trump? And that's how it was put to the universe. So, because sometimes we know there's people that do public appearances, etc., or wear a mask, the person acting in the capacity of our president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, are we wise to continue to trust him? Absolutely. We've got the Ace of Swords showing up large in charge and in the center of the current events. We got confirmation that he continues to have some divine oversight and protection going on. We got a nod that in the near future we're going to be learning some information that helps us reconcile some of these actions and words that are a little puzzling right now, make a little more sense of them in time to come. But ultimately, just know that protecting innocent life is at the core of what he's doing. And when I asked then for a couple of additional cards, the lies about Trump are going to continue. They're going to keep continuing about him, okay? But there's not much merit to it. And we just need it is okay to trust the man, even if we question what the heck is the plan. And I think a message to the mainstream media. Within the alt media community, we can disagree about a point or a topic or something like that, but that doesn't remove us from the basic camaraderie of saying, we don't believe in the propaganda, the programming, etc., that was given to us and told to unquestionably accept and spew ourselves. And that's not going to change. So I may disagree on a point with person A or person B, but that doesn't mean we're leaving each other in the dust. Because at the end of the day, this world needs to change, and I want to be on the path of those that change it in a good and positive way. And people get to a place where debt slavery is something of the past, where innocent life is valued and treasured. And I don't care what kind of slogan goes on top of that. That's what it's at, where it's at. And that's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and your attention. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd care to receive it, as you leave, I'm going to wish you love, light, and everything bright.